My beloved child, I need you to stop exactly where you are and listen with the ears of your spirit. This is not a coincidence, nor is it a random moment in your day. I have personally navigated your fingers to this very message because your life has reached a critical intersection that requires my immediate intervention. You have been walking through a season of thick darkness, feeling as though every step forward is met with 1,000 forces pulling you back. I have seen you searching for answers, scrolling through the noise of the world, hoping for a sign that I have not forgotten you. Today I am that sign. I am the voice that whispers in the silence of your room, and I am the power that holds the universe together. You were about to give up, weren't you? You were about to believe the lie that your prayers were bouncing off a ceiling of brass. But I am here to tell you that I have heard every word, every sigh, and even the prayers you were too broken to speak aloud. The enemy has been eavesdropping on your hopes, attempting to build a wall where I am building a bridge. Do not turn away, for if you ignore this message, you might miss the very revelation that will break the chains of your current trial. There is a reason why everything you touched recently seemed to crumble just as you finished your prayer. It felt like a cruel joke, didn't it? You asked for a breakthrough and instead you received a breakdown. You asked for peace and a storm erupted in your household. But there is a secret the shadows do not want you to know. The intensity of the opposition is the greatest proof of the magnitude of the blessing I am about to release. The enemy heard your cry for change and became terrified of the person you are becoming. He tried to stage a spiritual raid on your destiny, but he failed to realize that I am always 3 steps ahead of his most calculated moves. Before you even began this video, I had already dispatched legions of angels to surround your perimeter. To confirm that you are standing in my presence and ready to receive this divine protection, I want you to act now as a sign of your faith. Declare your presence before the throne of grace. Type "I am here, Lord" or 7007 in the comments right now to open the gates of heaven over your life. This is your moment to signal to the spiritual realm that you are no longer a victim, but a victor. You are not alone in this fight, my precious one. You are part of a royal bloodline, a chosen generation called out of darkness into my marvelous light. As you listen to my words, feel the heavy weight of worry beginning to lift from your shoulders. I am calling you to join a greater family of believers who stand together in the gap. If you feel my spirit moving in your heart, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and press the like button right now. This is not merely a digital action. It is an act of alignment with the army of light. By doing so, you are telling the universe that you belong to me and you are securing your place in this sanctuary of daily guidance. Your like is a seal of agreement with the miracle I am preparing to perform in your life within the next 24 hours. This spiritual raid against your peace ends today. The enemy thought he could ambush you in your exhaustion, but he didn't count on me moving first. Stay with me, for in the next few moments I will reveal why your recent struggles were actually the labor pains of a destiny so great it will silence every critic who ever doubted you. My child, I have been watching you in the secret hours of the night, during those moments when the world is quiet and you are left alone with the echoes of your own thoughts. I have seen the way you lay your head upon your pillow, not to sleep, but to let the silent tears flow until your eyes are heavy and sore. You feel as though no one truly understands the depth of the ache inside your chest, a pain so profound it feels like a physical weight pressing down on your soul. You put on a brave face for the world. You carry the burdens of your family, your friends, and your colleagues, and you play the part of the strong one perfectly. But I see the exhaustion behind your eyes. I was there when you sat in your car, unable to go inside because the weight of your life felt too heavy to carry through the door. I saw you staring into the distance, wondering if anyone would notice if you simply disappeared. I want you to know that those tears were not wasted. They were prayers that your heart didn't have the words to form. Every drop you shed was collected by me, held in my hand as a testament to your endurance. You have felt a profound sense of isolation lately, as if a glass wall has been built between you and the rest of the world. You speak, but it feels like your voice is swallowed by the void. You reach out, but the hands that once held yours have grown cold or vanished altogether. Do not think for a second that my silence meant I was absent. I was the one holding you when you felt you were falling apart, even if you couldn't feel my touch through the numbness of your grief. You have also experienced the sharp, stinging bite of betrayal from those you trusted most. People you poured your love, your time, and your loyalty into have turned their backs on you in your moment of greatest need. I saw the shock in your heart when the very individuals you once helped stood by and watched you struggle, or worse, added to your burden with their harsh judgments and whispered rumors. It feels like a double-edged sword. Not only are you fighting the circumstances of your life, but you are also fighting the crushing disappointment of human frailty. You find yourself asking, Lord, why did you allow them to hurt me when I was already so low? But listen closely to my voice. I am removing the people who were only meant for a season to make room for those who are destined for your future. I am separating the wheat from the chaff in your life, sifting through your relationships to ensure that only the gold remains. The loneliness you feel right now is not a punishment. It is a holy seclusion. I am pulling you away from the noise and the false support system so that you can learn to lean entirely on me. When you have nothing left but me, you will finally discover that I am more than enough to sustain you. The betrayal you suffered was allowed to happen because I needed to expose the true hearts of those around you before I could promote you to the next level of your calling. I had to let them leave so they wouldn't steal the credit for where I am taking you. Perhaps the most confusing part of your journey has been the realization that the more you pray, the more intense the battle seems to become. You stepped out in faith, you declared my promises, and you committed your way to me with a sincere heart, only to find that the walls seem to close in even tighter. This is the paradox of the spiritual realm that many find difficult to grasp. When you pray, you are not just sending words into the air. You are firing a flare into the enemy's camp. You are announcing to the darkness that you are no longer content to live in bondage, and that you are claiming the inheritance I have set aside for you. The enemy doesn't bother with those who are stagnant, defeated, or heading in the wrong direction. He throws everything he has at those who are on the verge of a magnificent breakthrough. The increased pressure you feel is not a sign that your prayers are failing. It is a sign that they are working. It is the friction that occurs right before the door of destiny swings open. Do not be discouraged by the magnitude of the trial, for the size of the giant you are facing is a direct reflection of the size of the territory I am about to give you. You are being refined in the fire, not consumed by it. Every moment of weariness and every instance of being misunderstood is serving a divine purpose, carving out a capacity within you to hold the weight of the glory that is coming. Your tears are watering the seeds of a harvest you cannot yet see. My chosen one, I know the physical toll this journey has taken on you. You wake up feeling as though you haven't slept at all, a heaviness resting on your chest that makes even a simple breath feel like a struggle. Your shoulders are tight, carrying the weight of a world I never asked you to carry alone. You visit doctors, you seek remedies, but they tell you everything is fine, yet you know in your bones that something is draining your very essence. This is not mere biology, my child. This is the friction of the spiritual atmosphere you are moving through. You are a beacon of light in a dense, dark world, and the resistance you feel is the pressure of the enemy trying to dim your glow. I have watched you drag yourself through the day, forcing a smile when your muscles ache with a fatigue that no amount of rest can cure. I want you to know that I am the one who sustains your heartbeat and keeps your feet from slipping when your strength fails. I see the way your mind races when the house is still, the anxiety that manifests as a knot in your stomach or a sudden fluttering in your heart. You feel as though you are constantly on edge, waiting for the next blow to fall, for the next bill to arrive, or for the next relationship to crumble. This exhaustion is a tactic meant to make you surrender your crown. The enemy knows he cannot stop my plan, so he tries to tire you out so much that you stop caring about it. But I am pouring new oil over your head this very moment. I am refreshing the weary parts of your soul and commanding your nervous system to be still. Your body is a temple, and though the storms have battered the exterior, the foundation I have built within you is unshakable. You are not breaking. You are being forged. Like metal in the furnace, you are being tempered to handle the immense weight of the blessing I am about to place in your hands. A small person cannot carry a big assignment, so I am expanding your capacity through this endurance test. If you can feel my healing power flowing into your weary limbs right now, do not keep this grace to yourself. This is a moment of divine alignment. Before we go deeper into why this is happening to you, take a second to seal your agreement with my word. Press the like button and subscribe to this sanctuary if you haven't already, for this is how you stay connected to the light in the midst of the battle. By joining this family, you are telling the darkness that you have a source of strength that the world cannot provide. I am calling you to be part of an army that does not faint. Your weariness is being traded for my supernatural energy. Every step you have taken in pain has been counted, and every mile you walked in exhaustion has earned you a reward that the enemy cannot steal. You are stronger than you think, not because of your own might, but because my spirit dwells within you, and I never grow weary or tired. I am the God who gives power to the faint and increases the strength of those who have no might. I have seen you stumble, but I have never seen you fall beyond my reach. That heavy pressure you feel in your spirit is actually the atmosphere of heaven pressing down on you, preparing you to soar. When the eagles face a storm, they do not hide. They use the wind of the storm to lift them higher. You are my eagle. The very problems that are tiring you out today are the winds that will carry you to the heights of your destiny tomorrow. Take a deep breath now, let it out slowly, and feel the tension leaving your neck and your mind. I am the great physician, and I am performing surgery on your spirit to remove the toxins of stress and the poison of what-ifs. You are being made whole. Rest in me, for the battle is mine and the victory is already signed in my blood. You are being rebuilt from the inside out, and the version of you that emerges from this season will be unrecognizable to those who saw you in your weakness. My child, there is a secret the shadows have tried to hide from you. Do you remember those moments when you whispered your deepest dreams and your most desperate pleas to me in the dark? You thought you were alone, but the spiritual realm is always listening. The walls, in a sense, have ears. When you declare that you are ready for a new level, when you testify that you are coming out of debt, or when you decree that your family is being healed, the enemy hears your declaration and he panics. He knows he cannot touch your spirit, but he tries to intercept the harvest before it reaches your hands. He heard you pray for a breakthrough, and that is exactly why he immediately sent a storm of confusion to make you doubt if I heard you at all. He is a scavenger looking for the seeds of faith you've just planted so he can dig them up with discouragement. But what he doesn't realize is that I am the master of the garden, and I have already buried your seed so deep that no weapon formed against you can reach it. You might feel as though you are being watched, and in a way you are. The principalities of darkness are terrified of your potential. They see the light I have placed inside you, and they know that if you ever fully realize who you are in me, their reign in your life is over. This is why the interference started. It's like a radio signal that gets static the closer you get to the truth. When you began to align your words with my promises, the enemy attempted to eavesdrop on your plans to sabotage your next move. He tried to use people close to you to speak words of doubt, or he created delays in your finances to make you think my timing was off. But listen to me. I allowed him to hear your prayer so that I could set a trap for him. I am using his own tactics to expose his presence and show you that he is a defeated foe. Every plan he has made to block your path is being turned into a stepping stone for your promotion. Right now, I want you to perform a physical act of spiritual defiance. I want you to place your hand on the screen and take a very deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs, that is, my breath giving you life. As you exhale, imagine every eavesdropping spirit and every assignment of monitoring being blown away by the wind of my spirit. I am cleansing the atmosphere in your home, your workplace, and your mind right now. I am placing a divine noise-canceling shield around your prayers so that from this moment forward, the enemy will only hear confusion while you hear my clear direction. I am making your space a sanctuary where only my voice can resonate. This is why you must be careful with your words. Stop speaking about the problem and start speaking about the promise. Your words are like seeds. Every time you speak them, they are taking root. If you agree that I am your protector and your shield, do not stay silent. Type I am protected or 888 to claim this cleansing and signal that you are now operating under my divine security. Remember, my beloved, that I am not just a God of the past or the future. I am the God of the now. Before the enemy even thought of a plan to stop you, I had already moved to provide the solution. The delays you faced were not denials. They were divine shielding while I was strengthening your inner life. I was letting the spy think he was winning only to lead him into a dead end, while I opened a secret door for you. This eavesdropping was meant to hurt you, but I have hijacked the enemy's intel to lead you into a place of abundance he can never enter. You are being trained to walk in high-level spiritual authority. You are learning that your prayers are so powerful that they literally shake the foundations of hell. Do not be afraid of the shadows, for I have made you a fireproof warrior. The fire you are walking through is only burning off the ropes that were tying you down. The walls may have ears, but the throne has the final say, and my decree over your life is victory. My beloved child, you have often looked at the heavens with a heavy questioning heart, asking, why is the road so narrow for me? Why do I face battles that others seem to skip entirely? You see people who do not seek my face living in apparent ease, while you who strive to walk in my light seem to be met with storm after storm. Today I want to unveil the truth about your identity and your struggle. You are not facing these tempests because you are weak or because you have failed me. Quite the opposite, you are being targeted because of the frequency of light you carry within your soul. You are a chosen one, a vessel I have handpicked to carry a specific weight of my glory into this generation. The enemy does not waste his arrows on those who are walking in his direction. He ignores those who are already lost in the shadows. He attacks you because your very existence is a threat to the kingdom of darkness. You carry a seed of destiny that has the power to liberate families, break generational curses, and heal the brokenhearted. When the shadows look at you, they don't see your flaws or your insecurities. They see the radiant light of my spirit reflected in you, and it terrifies them. Understand this. My precious one, I have declared that no weapon forged against you will ever truly prosper. The enemy may manufacture the weapon, he may create the rumors, the financial setbacks, the betrayal, or the health scares. But he does not have the authority to make them achieve their final purpose. He creates the fire, but I am the one who decides how much heat you can handle. He crafts the arrow, but I am the one who redirects its path. I am the great architect, and I have built you with a spiritual armor that is impenetrable when you stand in my presence. Every trial you have endured has been an undercover training session for the royalty that resides within you. I have allowed the pressure to mount not to crush you, but to turn the coal of your character into a diamond that can withstand the atmosphere of the high places I am preparing for you. You were chosen for this specific time in history because I knew your spirit had the resilience to handle the heat. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a victor who is currently being tempered for a throne. I do not give big assignments to small people. If your battle is large, it is because your destiny is immense. I saw the way you felt unqualified and overlooked, but remember, I am the one who chooses the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. I am the one who takes the stone the builders rejected and makes it the cornerstone. You are that cornerstone in your family, in your community, and in the plans I have for the future. The enemy attacks your mind with thoughts of I am not enough or I am forgotten, because he knows that if you ever fully realize that I am enough through you, his hold on your life will vanish instantly. He wants you to believe you are being punished when in reality you are being prepared. You are being positioned right now, even in this very moment of listening. Every tear you've shed, every moment of isolation where you felt no one understood you, and every no you have received from the world has been my way of protecting you and keeping you set apart for my holy use. Your spirit is like a magnet for my favor, and that is why the opposition is so fierce. The forces of darkness are trying to push you out of your alignment, trying to make you bitter instead of better, trying to make you give up just inches away from the finish line. But they have underestimated the strength I have woven into your spiritual DNA. You are a descendant of conquerors, a child of the Most High, and your lineage is one of victory, not defeat. This season of why is transitioning into a season of therefore. Therefore, because you stayed faithful in the dark, I will reward you in the light. Therefore, because you chose to love when you were hated, I will exalt you in the presence of your enemies. You are being upgraded. The old version of you could not have handled the level of blessing I am about to pour out, but this new fire-tested version of you is ready. I have seen your endurance, and I am telling you today the why is because I trust you with my glory. Do not fear the battle, my child, for I have already won the war on your behalf. You are my masterpiece, and the work I have begun in you I will surely complete until the day of total restoration. Your life is not a series of accidents, it is a carefully choreographed dance of divine providence. When you feel the wind howling, remember that it is only blowing away the chaff of your past. When the earth shakes, it is only to settle the foundation of your future. You are my chosen one, and your name is written on the palms of my hands. No power in heaven or on earth can pluck you away from my purpose. Stand tall, breathe in my peace, and know that you were born for such a time as this. The world is waiting for the light that only you can provide, and the darkness is about to see just how brightly a chosen one can shine when I am the source of their strength. My beloved, while the enemy was busy plotting his next move against you, I had already executed a divine preemptive strike. You see, the darkness can only react to what it hears and sees, but I see the end from the beginning. Before the enemy even whispered a plan of sabotage into the ears of those who oppose you, I had already rearranged the stars in your favor. I saw the trap they were setting, and I didn't just warn you. I moved the ground beneath the trap so that it would catch them instead of you. You have been worried about the what-ifs and the maybes, but I want you to know that the maybe has already been answered by my yes and amen. My movement is not slow. It is often invisible until the moment of manifestation. While you were sleeping in tears, I was in the future dismantling the obstacles that hadn't even reached you yet. I am the God who goes before you, and I am the God who stays behind you as your rear guard. You are surrounded by my presence, and in that presence, the enemy's most clever plans are nothing more than dust in the wind. Think of your life like a grand chessboard where the enemy thinks he is about to call checkmate. He has moved his pieces to block your path, to take your finances, and to attack your health. But what he doesn't realize is that I have placed a Trojan horse of blessing right inside his camp. That situation that looked like a devastating loss, it was actually a delivery system for a greater glory. The door that slammed in your face was not a rejection. It was me locking out the darkness so you could enter through a secret gate of abundance. I am using the enemy's own greed and pride to bring about your restoration. When they tried to steal your joy, they accidentally activated a spiritual law that requires them to pay back sevenfold. I have moved first by placing a seal upon your life that makes you untouchable to the finality of their schemes. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from a victory that was secured before the foundation of the world. The enemy is fighting a war that he has already lost, and I am simply waiting for the perfect moment to reveal the outcome to the world. If you can sense the shifting in the atmosphere as I speak, these words: do not let this moment pass without an act of agreement. This is the moment to seal your faith and join the ranks of those who walk in my supernatural timing. I invite you to press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now, not as a mere formality, but as a sign that you are aligning your spirit with my heavenly frequency. By doing this, you are telling the spiritual realm that you are ready to receive the instructions for the next phase of your journey. Do not wait for the breakthrough to be visible before you show your gratitude. Real faith is praising me for the victory while you are still in the middle of the valley. By pressing that like button, you are signaling your agreement with heaven's preemptive strike. You are declaring that you trust my timing more than your own eyes. This simple act of faith is a seed that will grow into a tree of life, providing shade and fruit for you in the seasons to come. I have already moved the hearts of people you haven't even met yet. I have already signed the documents that will release the resources you need. I have already commanded the healing to begin in your cells. The reason you feel a sudden surge of hope right now is that your spirit is picking up the signal of what I have already done in the unseen realm. The enemy is still celebrating a victory he thinks he has won, but he is about to wake up to a reality where everything he stole is being returned with interest. You are not falling behind. You are being positioned. I am moving you like a piece on my board, placing you exactly where the light needs to shine brightest. Be still and know that I am God. Your role is not to outmaneuver the shadows. Your role is to abide in my love and watch as I unveil the masterpiece of my protection. The preemptive strike is complete, and the manifestation of my glory is closer than you think. Trust me, my child, for I have never lost a battle, and I am not about to start with yours. My beloved child, I have seen the confusion in your eyes and the deep ache in your heart when those you once considered your closest allies turned their backs on you. I was there when the kiss of friendship became the sting of betrayal. You asked me, Lord, why did you let them stay so long if they were going to hurt me like this? But I want you to understand a divine mystery today. I allowed the enemy to hear your plans through their ears so that I could use their very betrayal to launch you into your destiny. Just as Judas was necessary for the cross and the cross was necessary for the resurrection, there are people in your life whose exit was the only way to trigger your entry into the promised land. I let them overhear your dreams and your prayers so that their envy would be exposed. I needed their true nature to come to light now rather than later, when the stakes would be even higher. They were not just friends or family who failed you. They were instruments in my hand, used to prune the branches of your life so that you could bear fruit that remains. Do not waste another moment weeping over the people I have removed from your circle. You feel as though you have lost a support system, but I tell you, you have actually lost a weight that was going to sink your ship. What they intended for your harm, I am already weaving into your greatest advantage. They thought they were leaving you in a pit, but they were actually dropping you into a place of preparation. Remember my servant Joseph, his brothers intended to destroy him, but their cruelty was the very transportation I used to place him on the throne of Egypt. If they had been kind to him, he would have stayed a shepherd in the valley. Because they were cruel, he became a prince in the palace. Your betrayers are your divine transporters. Their rejection is my protection. Their no is my not this way, but a better way. I am sweeping your house right now, removing every poisonous presence and every double-minded whisperer who was secretly praying for your downfall while smiling to your face. The silence that has followed their departure is not a void. It is a holy space that I am filling with my peace. I have cleared the table so that I can set a banquet before you in the very presence of those who doubted you. They will have to watch from a distance as I exalt you, not out of my desire for revenge, but because of my requirement for justice. I permitted them to see your struggle so they could witness my power. When they hear of your sudden promotion, when they see the financial doors opening that they tried to bolt shut, they will realize that they didn't just betray a person, they tried to fight against the Almighty. You are the apple of my eye, and whoever touches you touches me. Every word they spoke against you behind closed doors is being turned into a testimony of my faithfulness. The very people who walked away from you in your winter will be the ones asking for shade under your branches in your summer. I am calling you to release the bitterness now. Do not give them the power to occupy space in your mind when I have already evicted them from your future. If you can feel the freedom that comes with this revelation, if you can feel the chains of what ifs and whys breaking off your spirit, I want you to make a declaration of faith. Do not let the enemy think he has silenced you. Type "I believe in my purge" or 777 in the comments right now. By doing this, you are acknowledging that I am in control of your associations. You are telling the universe that you trust my pruning process. This is the moment you stop looking back at the burning bridges and start looking forward to the new horizon I have created for you. The gate is narrow because only you and I can walk through it into the abundance that is coming. Your betrayers were simply the gatekeepers I used to usher you through. My child, lean in and listen closely, for the atmosphere around you is thick with the fragrance of change. I have heard your heartbeat racing with anxiety, but I am here to tell you that the countdown to your breakthrough has already begun. Within the next 24 hours, I will begin to drop unmistakable breadcrumbs of my favor along your path. This is not a vague promise for a distant future. It is a divine appointment that is currently being manifested in your physical reality. The first sign you will experience is a sudden, inexplicable peace that will settle over your spirit like a warm blanket. You will find yourself breathing easier, and the knot of worry that has resided in your stomach for weeks will simply dissolve. This is my signature upon your soul, a signal that the heavy lifting is being done by my hands and not yours. When you feel this peace, do not question it. Embrace it as the first evidence that I have successfully intercepted the enemy's plans. As the day unfolds, keep your eyes open for a specific communication that will come from an unexpected source. It may be a phone call from someone you haven't spoken to in years, a message that contains exactly the word of encouragement you needed, or a notification that signals a shift in a stalled situation. I am moving people like pieces on a chessboard to position you for your next victory. This communication is not a coincidence. It is a divine ping from the control room of heaven, letting you know that the lines of supply are now open. The enemy tried to silence your name in the rooms where decisions were being made. But I have whispered your name into the hearts of the influential. You will find that you are being remembered and recognized in places where you were previously overlooked. Do not be surprised by the suddenness of it, for when I decide it is time for a sudden, no power in the universe can delay it a second longer. Furthermore, I will place a small token of my provision in your hand, a seed of the harvest that is to come. It may not be the full amount you are praying for yet, but it will be a tangible sign that the drought is over. You might find a small sum of money you forgot you had, received a small discount that was unexpected, or see a resource become available just when you thought you were at a dead end. This is my way of saying, I am the God who provides. It is a confirmation that the gates of lack are being dismantled. When you see this small sign, I want you to give thanks as if the entire mountain had already moved, for the small cloud on the horizon is the sure precursor to the heavy rain of my blessing. Pay attention to the numbers you see and the random encounters you have today. I am speaking to you through the details of your day to let you know that I am intimately involved in your affairs. I am pulling back the curtain to show you that the battle you thought you were losing was actually a setup for a magnificent display of my power. The enemy is currently in a state of confusion because the victim he thought he had trapped has suddenly become a victor he cannot touch. This 24-hour window is your period of activation. Walk with your head held high, for you are no longer the person who entered this storm. You are refined. You are protected, and you are about to witness the first ripples of a tidal wave of restoration. Trust my timing, for I am never early and I am never late, but I am always right on time for those who wait upon me. The signs are appearing now. My beloved, be still, stay alert, and watch as I turn your mourning into dancing before the sun sets on another day. I have seen the ledgers of your life, my child. I have looked at the balance sheets where the enemy tried to write your story in the red ink of debt, lack, and missed opportunities. I was there when you counted your last few coins with a trembling hand, wondering how you would make ends meet. I saw the disappointment in your heart when that job offer vanished, or when the business deal that seemed so certain suddenly fell through after you had already thanked me for it. The enemy heard your prayers for abundance, and he moved quickly to sabotage your supply, hoping that financial pressure would make you doubt my providence. But what he intended as a prison of poverty, I have turned into a womb of wealth. I am the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and I am telling you today that the thief has been caught. There is a spiritual law that the darkness cannot bypass. When the thief is caught, he must restore sevenfold what he has stolen. I am enforcing that law over your household right now. I am the God who restores the years that the swarming locust, the hopping locust, and the stripping locust have eaten. You feel as though you have lost time, that you are behind your peers, and that the prime years of your earning potential have been wasted in the wilderness. But I tell you, I can do more in one day of my favor than you could achieve in a lifetime of your own labor. I am compressing time for you. I am bringing back the opportunities that you thought were dead and buried. Those missed connections were actually divine delays, keeping you away from partnerships that would have eventually bankrupted your spirit. I was holding your true inheritance in a high-interest heavenly account, and it has been accruing favor while you were learning how to trust me in the lean times. You are coming out of the season of just enough and entering the era of more than enough. Your financial identity is being rewritten by my hand. I am erasing the label of debtor and struggler from your name. Within the next cycle of your life, you will see a divine reversal in your bank accounts and your career path. I am releasing sudden provision refunds you didn't expect, settlements that were stalled for years, and creative ideas that will generate wealth while you sleep. The enemy tried to block your flow, but he only succeeded in creating a reservoir of blessing that is about to burst its banks and flood your life. I am giving you the power to create wealth not for your own ego, but so that you can be a conduit of my kingdom. You will no longer be the one asking for help. You will be the one providing it. The very people who look down on your financial struggle will soon come to you to learn the secret of your success, and you will tell them it was not my strength but the hand of the Lord that moved first. Every stolen seed is being accounted for. Every hour you worked without fair pay, every investment that was cheated away from you, and every promotion that was given to someone less deserving is being weighed on the scales of my justice. I am ordering a divine transfer. The wealth of the wicked, which was stored up through greed and manipulation, is being redirected into the hands of my faithful ones. You have passed the test of the little, and now I am entrusting you with much. Do not fear the rising costs of the world or the instability of the markets, for your economy is not tied to the earth. It is anchored in the unshakable riches of heaven. I am opening the windows of glory and pouring out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. The famine is over, my beloved. The harvest has arrived, and it is 7 times greater than anything the enemy ever tried to take from you. I am preparing a banquet for you, my child, and I am placing the table in the very center of the battlefield, where your enemies once thought they had you surrounded. You have spent so long listening to the noise of their mockery, the clamor of their doubt, and the loud proclamations of your impending failure. But listen now, do you hear that it is the sound of a great silence falling over the camp of those who opposed you? I have struck the tongues of the mockers with a holy awe. They are standing in the shadows, paralyzed by the realization that despite every trap they set and every word they spoke against you, you are still standing. Not only are you standing, but you are thriving. I am anointing your head with fresh oil right in front of them, and they are forced to watch as your cup overflows with the very blessings they tried to intercept. They expected you to crawl back to them in defeat, but instead they are witnessing you walk in a level of authority that they cannot comprehend, because they do not know the Father who backs you. The silence of your enemies is my gift to you. I have shut the mouths of the lions that sought to devour your reputation. Every rumor that was spread, every lie that was crafted in secret, and every manipulation that was intended to pull you down has been rendered powerless by the weight of my truth. The people who once felt comfortable speaking ill of you now find that their words taste like ashes in their mouths. They are seeing the fruit of your life, the peace you carry, the resilience you've shown, and the sudden doors I am opening, and they have no explanation for it. They are beginning to realize that the battle was never against you, a mere human, but against the Spirit of the living God that dwells within you. I have moved first to vindicate you, and my vindication is so thorough that there is nothing left for them to say. Their silence is the white flag of their surrender, even if their pride prevents them from admitting it out loud. I have seen the nights you spent defending yourself in your mind, rehearsing arguments and wishing you could prove your worth to those who judged you. But I am telling you today, be still. You do not need to say a single word in your own defense, for I am your advocate. The more you remain silent and trust in me, the louder my actions will speak on your behalf. While they were busy talking, I was busy working. While they were busy plotting your downfall, I was busy constructing your platform. The tables have turned so completely that the very ones who tried to exclude you will soon find themselves needing the grace that flows through you. I have made you a spectacle of my mercy. You are a living testament that no amount of human interference can stop a divine decree. Your life is becoming a quiet, powerful storm of my favor that silences every critic. Rest in this silence, my beloved. It is the peace that comes after the war. You no longer have to look over your shoulder wondering who is plotting against you, for I have cleared the path. I have made your enemies your footstool, not for your arrogance, but for your advancement. The season of being the target of their arrows is over. You are now the recipient of my trophies. Walk through the gates I am opening for you with a quiet confidence, knowing that the voices that once tried to bar your way have been hushed by the King of Kings. The enemy thought he had the final word, but I have silenced the ending of his story to write a glorious beginning for yours. The silence is not empty. It is filled with the presence of my spirit, ensuring that your transition into the next era is undisturbed and holy. My beloved, you are standing on the threshold of a horizon you once only dared to dream of in your darkest hours. The long, bitter winter that seemed to freeze your progress and chill your spirit is officially over. Can you feel the shift in the spiritual winds? The atmosphere of your life is transitioning from the humidity of struggle into the clarity of my divine purpose. This is not just a brief moment of relief or a temporary pause in the battle. This is the inauguration of a completely new era for you and your bloodline. For the past years you have been in a season of becoming, but now you are entering a season of being. You are no longer the one searching for the door. You are the one I have placed behind the door, ready to welcome the abundance I have prepared. The protection I am draping over you now is not a thin veil. It is an eternal fortress. What I am building in your life today is not meant to last for a week or a month. It is designed to stand for generations as a monument to my faithfulness. The next 12 months will be unrecognizable compared to the 12 months you have just endured. Where there was chaos, I am establishing a divine order that no human interference can disrupt. Where there was a constant leak in your resources, I am sealing the gaps and opening new springs of prosperity that never run dry. You have spent so much time in survival mode that your soul has forgotten how to simply live. But in this new era, I am retraining your heart to beat with the rhythm of grace. You will find that things that used to take years of grueling effort will now happen with a supernatural ease. I am aligning the right people, the right opportunities, and the right timing so perfectly that you will finally understand why the previous doors had to remain closed. I was not denying you. I was waiting for this specific alignment of the heavens to launch you into your true identity. You have been upgraded from a warrior in the trenches to a ruler in the palace of my favor. You must understand, my chosen one, that you have passed the final exam of the previous season. The discouragement test, the loneliness test, and the silence test, you endured them all even when you thought you were failing. You didn't realize it at the time, but the waiting room was actually a construction site. While you were sitting in the stillness, I was reinforcing your character and strengthening your shoulders. I knew that the blessings I had in store for you were heavy, and I couldn't give them to the person you used to be. Real blessings require strong shoulders and a heart that cannot be moved by the praise or the criticism of men. Now your character finally matches the magnitude of the prayer you have been praying. The door does not just open because you asked. It opens because you are finally ready to walk through it without losing yourself. You have been trained in the secret place, and now you are ready to be revealed in the high places. This new era is marked by a permanence that the enemy cannot shake. In the past, you saw flashes of favor only for the clouds to return, but this time the sun of my righteousness is rising over your life with healing in its wings, and it will not set. I am establishing your name, your house, and your legacy. The fear that you will lose it all is a ghost of your past that has no place in your future. I am the one who began this work, and I am the one who will sustain it. You are stepping into a period of profound rest, not the rest of inactivity, but the rest of knowing that the King is in control. Every scar you carry from the old era is now a credential for the new one. Your pain has become your power, and your struggle has become your scepter. Take a deep breath of this new air, my child. The old things have passed away. Behold, I am making all things new. You are no longer walking toward your destiny, you are walking within it. My precious child, the decree has been issued from the highest courts of heaven, and it is a mandate that no power in the spiritual or physical realm can reverse. I have spoken over your life, and my word does not return to me void. It accomplishes everything for which I sent it. You have stood your ground in the face of the storm. You have held onto your faith when the shadows were whispering lies of abandonment. And now you have reached the moment of total activation. The enemy heard your prayer, and he moved to stop you, but I moved first to secure you. The battle that nearly broke you has actually built you into a monument of my grace. I am placing my signet ring upon your spirit today, marking you as untouchable, unshakable, and unstoppable. Every word of this prophecy is being woven into the very fabric of your reality. What was once a distant hope is now becoming a tangible harvest. The era of your struggle has officially closed, and the era of your victory has been sealed by my own hand. You are walking out of this moment as a different person than the one who started it for you. You are now clothed in the royal robes of my favor and the indestructible armor of my protection. Do not let the thief steal this revelation as you prepare to return to the world. The enemy is a scavenger of seeds, and he will try to make you forget the fire of my voice as soon as the noise of life returns. This is why you must seal this prophecy now and forever. Do not stay silent, for your confession is the lock that secures the blessing. This is your moment to claim your inheritance before the witnesses of heaven and earth. If you believe that I have moved first for you, and if you accept the victory I have handed to you, then speak it into existence. Type "I claim my victory" or "I receive your protection" in the comments right now. This is not just a comment, it is a spiritual declaration that vibrates through the atmosphere. By doing this, you are stamping this message onto your life and telling every monitoring spirit that the case is closed. You are locking this blessing into your finances, your health, your family, and your destiny. As you type those words, feel the chains falling away for the last time. It is done, it is finished, and it is yours. As you step forward into this new era, remember that you are part of a greater army of light that is rising across the earth. You are a beacon of my hope, and your journey is meant to inspire the millions who are still trapped in the shadows. I am calling you to join this family of believers permanently so that you may never walk in darkness again. If you have felt my spirit breathing life back into your soul today, press the like button and subscribe to this channel one final time as a seal of your commitment to the light. By doing so, you are signaling to the heavens that you are choosing to stay connected to the source of your strength. This community is the sanctuary where I will continue to guide you, lead you, and reveal the mysteries of my love for you. Your subscription is your enrollment in the school of my spirit, ensuring that you will always have the bread of life to sustain you in every season. Do not walk alone when I have provided a tribe of the chosen to walk with you. My beloved, I am not through with you yet. This victory is not the end of the road. It is the foundation for an even greater revelation that I am preparing to unveil. You have passed the test of the fire, and now you are ready for the test of the glory. I have always carried you even when you didn't feel my arms, and I will continue to carry you into the heights of your calling. Relax into my peace, trust in my timing, and live your best life, for the God of the universe is your Father, your shield, and your great reward. No weapon, no rumor, no debt, and no betrayal can ever separate you from the destiny I have written for you. Go forth in power, go forth in joy, and go forth in the absolute certainty that I have moved first, I have moved last, and I am moving with you right now. But remember, this victory is just the beginning of a deeper truth that I will reveal to you in our next meeting. Stay alert, stay faithful, and stay in my love. I am with you always until the end of the age. Amen.